Hello, Steve White, Steve Arts89. Another video on the Joker. Because I meant to talk about this, but I forgot. Jared Leto was in the press. Now we all know Jared Leto played. I was going to say originally played the Joker, but obviously he wasn't the original Joker. He played the Joker in Suicide Squad, and apparently, now he's not sort of a tentpole sort of actor, and apparently to get him, they had to promise him his own series, that he was going to have his own franchise of Joker films. And even though he wasn't originally in the Suicide Squad, they put him in. They managed to get him in there, and they pushed him with the marketing. They pushed him every interview. He was almost the face of the film. A lot of people thought, it was his film in a way, and he was a major part of the Suicide Squad, when he's really not. He's just sort of hovering around as Harley's boyfriend, and she's part of the Suicide Squad. And basically, they screwed him over. They had promised him a standalone movie, and then they announced the Todd Phillips Joaquin Phoenix version, but it was supposed to be a one-off standalone little dark grungy character study film that wasn't going to affect the Joker from the Suicide Squad going on and making other films and being in that universe. Because Suicide Squad did okay. It made 326 million domestically, and about 421 million internationally, and worldwide was 746, but it was on a budget of 175 million. Like I said, a lot of the movies that make a lot of money also cost a lot of money, so it was still pretty profitable, and the new Joker looks like it's going to make more money than it on his own. And Jared Leto's Joker only had about 10 minutes of screen time, and he was not the major character. I was surprised when I thought back about how little he was used, because he was in all the marketing, he was in all the interviews, he was being pushed as the Joker, as part of the film and part of the Suicide Squad, when he really wasn't. He was just sort of shoehorned in there to give Jared Leto a franchise, basically, and they promised him that. And then apparently he didn't take it very gracefully. When he found out that they were doing the film, he tried to stop it, because his management, CAA, is the same management who were representing the director, what's his name, Phillips, I've forgotten his first name, sorry, I think it's Thomas Todd, oh crap, yep. So he tried to actually influence the film, and fairly futilely tried to, as some people have said, strangle the baby in its crib before it got to actually come to life as the film. And it didn't work, and he just kind of come off looking really bitter and petty, and a lot of the media is taking that angle, but I think it's a little unfair. I kind of agree with, like, the main video I watched was Matt Jarbo's one, that he really wasn't to blame for any of the problems with Suicide Squad, and the fact that he was edited, well, he wasn't a main character, but the fact that he was edited down that much. I mean, the film was edited by a trailer company. There's a lot of problems with it, and a lot of fans did like his Joker, but I don't think they were. I think a lot of normie fans, people who didn't really know the character, liked that Joker, because that Joker was just a regular psychopath. He was kind of trying to be sexy, even with the green hair and everything. He was being a freak. He was doing the punk sort of side of things, whereas the Joker never really hit those marks. So it didn't really work. I didn't really get him as a Joker, but I thought he was doing another kind of Joker that had been seen in the comics and had a following, or was successful, or had some reason of being. I didn't realize that was his own creation, his own version of the Joker he created. And apparently the director wasn't that happy with his performance and his version of the Joker. He may have committed to it, he may have became the character, he may have sent people really weird gifts and behaved really weirdly to the other characters, like he was a method actor becoming the Joker, which supposedly Heath Ledger did as well. Apparently he stayed in character as a Joker as well, and it cost him a lot psychologically. There's sort of the claims that he contributed to his depression and insomnia and eventual accidental death from sleeping pills and stuff like that. So he took the role seriously, he put a lot into it, and he expected to get a lot out of it, and he gave a lot so far as the press tours and all that, because he was obviously trying to set up his own franchise and his character going forward. And they promised him a movie. There are articles talking about the movie being in production right up until September of last year. So it looks like they strung him along fairly for a fairly long while. I don't know what point they decided not to do it, when sort of the fan sort of feedback was coming back that people weren't really wanting that Joker back because he wasn't as popular as they thought, which is what I'm hearing from people. Other people are saying he was very popular. I think he just appealed more to the normies because he was sexy, whereas the other Jokers never were, but the original fans of the Joker weren't fans because he was hot. So I think it's a little unfair. I think they strung him on. I'm curious to see at what point they decided that they weren't going to go forward with the film, and when he found out about it. Was it when the new Joker, they saw it, or when it started to make money, or had they decided, because he was never supposed to appear in any of the other films, that's why it's set in the 70s and it's very different, and where are they going to go with Joker now? If they include Joker in any new films, I don't think he's going to be in. I don't think he's, after this sort of slap in the face, I don't think he'd be reprising the role. So are they going to recast someone else? Will Joker be seen in the new Batman films? Because they're doing a new Batman film. If it does well, it'll be a trilogy or something. So it'll be interesting to see how this goes. I think they kind of done him wrong a bit, but he didn't take it very well, which kind of undermines the sympathy. But I just wanted to comment on that because I thought it was interesting. And when I looked back and thought about it, I thought, yeah, he really wasn't very Joker-like at all. He was just like this crazy hot punk guy, and that was a character he created. And I just assumed that was a Joker, a different version of the Joker had been seen somewhere. He was just bringing that to life, and it was popular with fans. And I'm hearing that it wasn't. That he created it. It was his interpretation. He didn't get it. No one liked it. But yeah, that's that. If you have any comments, any information on this story, I'd love to know. Comments are good. I'm going to keep looking into it because I'm kind of curious to see the timeline of how the film disappeared off the call to be done. Thanks. Bye.